I love animals. Horses especially. But dogs and cats too. But I don't like birds. And I especially don't like chickens. Mean damn things. I just can't stand to be around them. But I was always around animals, as far back as I can remember. I love them. I remember back when I was really young and spent a lot of time on my grandparents' farm. And I wasn't very old when I was there. And we lived down around High Point then. And they had this old horse named Fireball. And they'd sit me up on it. And it'd go out to the field and we'd take water or, in later years, Kool-Aid and cookies or something out to the older boys and the men in the middle of the afternoon or middle of the morning. See, we'd pump water from that well there. I'd get up on that horse and it'd go right to where the guys were. Cross the road and down in the field. Like I say, you couldn't have made it do anything else. See, it was old by that time. But I was on that horse a lot of the time. And then, of course, the cats, they were always in the barn to keep the mice away. And Grandpa would be out there milking the cow and he'd, like squirt over and try to hit the cat's mouth while he was milking. And they pretty much stayed out at the barn. I guess they got cold, but they didn't come to the door. See, it was my experience with the chickens that I had. Now, I can't say I remember, because I was really young. But in later years, when people talk about it, they'd say that that was the reason that I was always scared to death of chickens and birds, and I still don't want to be around them. And that happened then on that farm. I was out with my great-grandpa, and he was carrying corn out to feed the chickens, and I was probably holding 2 ears of corn, toddling along behind him. I wasn't quite 3 years old, and that rooster got on my back. Grandpa tried to get it off, but that rooster kept digging his claws in more. And Grandpa finally had to kill it to get it off. So, I suppose, even though I can't say I remember the incident, I assume it wasn't talked about for a long time. In later years, when it was talked about, I told myself that's where my fright for chickens came from. But knowing it, don't make me warm-hearted toward them. No. I love animals, but I will never love chickens.